You get your deepest desire for only 20 days. Would you take it? Meningitis took my hearing when I was 14, just old enough to remember what some things sounded like, but young enough that the memory's gotten fuzzy. I watch my roommate's lips move as she talks about her bad date, and I laugh at the right times, but I miss the joke about the guy's voice sounding like Kermit. I always missing something. My phone buzzes against my leg 5 times before I check it. Another spam call I wouldn't have answered anyway. At the coffee shop, I point at the menu and the barista writes, "out of oat milk" on a napkin, so I nod and point to regular instead. Everyone in the shop suddenly looks toward the corner. I missed whatever made them turn. Again, I've gotten good at pretending I caught everything. Smile, nod, laugh when everyone else does. That's my life. Silent but functional, right? Then I went to see my doctor for my annual physical. She writes on his tablet, then turns it to show me, "new trial, experimental hearing device. You're a perfect candidate. You in?" The research assistant draws this tiny device on paper, circles it 3 times, and points to my ear. I sign, "temporary," and she nods enthusiastically. She snatches the tablet back and types out, 20 days. The consent form is thick, but I read the highlighted part. Device must be returned after trial period for data analysis. Must be returned. I read it again. 20 days of hearing, that's all. But it might not even work. My mom squeezes my hand 3 times. Our code for "I love you." I sign the form because 20 days of hearing seemed better than a lifetime of wondering. Anyway, they schedule me for next week to get the thing implanted. The entire time I can't sleep, thinking about what everything might sound like. What does my cat sound like? What does rain actually sound like? 20 days to find out as much as I could. When the day comes, the researcher flips a switch. I gasp, and I can hear my own gasp. My hand flies to my throat. The researcher asks, "Can you hear me?" Her voice is higher than I imagined. I nod, eyes filling with tears myself. Walking outside, cars don't just pass, they whoosh. Birds aren't just moving shapes, they're singing 100 different songs. My roommate comes home, practically jumping for joy. "How was your— oh my god, you can hear me!" Her voice cracks. We both cry. Then I discover my cat purrs. I always felt the vibration, but never knew it had a sound like a tiny motor. He's been talking to me for 3 years and I never knew. Everything makes noise. Everything. The refrigerator hums. The clock actually tick-tocks. How do hearing people sleep? I stay up until 3 a.m. just listening. Then, in the morning, I call my mom, hear her voice for the first time in 10 years. She sounds older, but exactly how I remembered. We just cry together on the phone for 5 minutes. Saturday comes and I meet my deaf friends for lunch. I forgot to mention the device. My best friend signs, "What's on your ear?" I sign back, "hearing trial." Silence. Well, not silence for me anymore. My other friend signs rapidly about how the deaf community is perfect as is and doesn't need fixing. My hands fumble the response. Best friend signs, "You look different, like you're not really here with us anymore." She's right. I'm listening to the conversation at the next table instead of watching their hands. The waiter speaks to me directly instead of ignoring me like usual. I answer with my voice. My friends look hurt. Walking home, the researcher calls. A reminder that collection date is in 4 days. You've been an excellent participant. 4 days. I touch the device. I thought maybe if I did well enough in the trial, they'd let me keep it. That was never the deal. 4 days left. I start counting every sound like I'm collecting them to remember. I sit in the research office and the researcher reaches for the device. My hand covers my ear. "I know it's hard," she says, "but the data from your device will help us make permanent ones." The shame hits me. I can't afford a permanent one. Everyone knows I can't. But I write on the paper, "What if I helped with more than just data?" She pauses. "We do need someone who understands both worlds. The job doesn't pay much." I write, "I don't care about money. I care about sound." 3 months later, I adjust my permanent device, the one the team built for me after I helped design the new models.